Masterpiece Literature, in conjunction with the 1200 Films podcast, proudly presents the modern classics Don't Trip by Jacob Scooby Austin, as read by Charles Bartholomew, Horatio Donatello, Ezekiel D'Artagnan, Xavier Nottingham Wentworth Rodriguez Stevens Jr. Esquire III. Enjoy.
It was the middle of the fourth quarter. CJ was on the basketball team at Lincoln Community College. He was the starting point guard. CJ gets the ball and he looks to see if someone was open. He stops and then pulls up for the three and makes it. As Lincoln takes a 3-point lead over Boston Mercy, calls a timeout. Coach D for the Lincoln Community College said to pass the ball to Greg, then back to CJ. If he has a shot, give it to him. If not, move on. So CJ gets the ball from an inbound play and hits the three in the corner. That's when the whole team ran over to him and jumped on him. Then CJ's girlfriend, Vanessa, came and gave him a kiss. She then grabbed his bag and said, "Man, that game was so good," as she sat down on the bench. CJ took a drink, then said, "I'm too good for them. I kinda knew we was gonna win." Vanessa then shook her head and said, "You got lucky because we had two guys guarding you." She then got up and started laughing. "Man, but that was a good shot though," as CJ and Vanessa was walking out the gym. Then one of the players was coming out the locker room. CJ gave Vanessa his game bag and said, "I'll be back. I gotta go see Coach." Then he kissed her on the cheek. As CJ was going to Coach's office, the point guard for Boston Mercy snuck up and hit CJ in the face. It was crazy. CJ then hit his face on the brick wall of the school by Coach's office. Then Vanessa ran over to him as the guy started to leave the school and got on the bus. "Bae," Vanessa said as she got on the ground. Then BB, who was CJ's sister, and Deshawn both came over. It was so bad, CJ's face was swollen on the left side. The room. CJ, who was in the hospital after he got beat up, woke up. Vanessa and BB was in the room. Vanessa was so happy to see him awake. She hugged him, then the doctor came in the room. "So, you guys want to know what happened?" the doctor said as he put his clipboard down. Then Vanessa shook her head. Then the doctor stood there for about a few seconds, then said, "Well, your friend here has a concussion, bruised ribs, and a sprained wrist." Then he picked up his clipboard and said, "So you know he won't be able to play basketball for a month and 6 days or so." When the doctor said that, Vanessa said, "I'm here for you," and gave him a kiss. Then the doctor pulled Vanessa out into the hall and said to her, as he did not want to say it, "You know that his injury could have been way worse than what it was." Then the doctor pulled out his x-ray. "Look here, he was 3 centimeters away from injuring his wrist so bad he may not have played again, so I want him to be careful because one more injury to the wrist, he is done with basketball." Then Vanessa got all sad and said to herself as she sat next to the door, "I don't want him to get hurt for good this time." BB came out and sat next to her, hugged her, then said, "It's gonna be all right." Then back at the dorm, Marcus and Deshawn was thinking about what happened to their friend CJ. Then Marcus said, "You know, the guy who did this and a couple of his friends are supposed to be at this party on North tonight." Deshawn looked at him and said, "Do you think this is a good idea? Going to a party where the guy who jumped our boy is going to be at?" as he sat on the bed. Marcus was the one who liked being all rough and stuff, so he thought it was a good idea to go. Back at the hospital, Vanessa said, "I gotta do something. I'll be here tomorrow morning." Then she grabbed her purse. BB was behind her and said, "Hope you get well, little brother." Then she hugged him and the left. Then as they was leaving, Vanessa was thinking about what the doctor told her, and she was scared to tell him. The doctor said she was the one that had to tell him. She was sitting in the car waiting for BB to get done using the bathroom, and she did not even know what to do or even how to say it to him. Then wee BB came out. She turned on the music and acted like everything was okay. Then BB got in the car and said, "Don't worry, everything will be okay." Then BB looked at Vanessa and seen her in her eyes that she was sad that this happened to him. "He will be okay. I know that's my baby brother, so I know," BB said to her as them buckled up. The party. It was the night of the party, and Marcus said to Deshaun, "Let's go to that party." Deshaun looked at him like he was crazy and said, "Do you think it's smart to go to that party?" Then Marcus looked at him and smacked his lips. As he put his shoes on, he said, "For CJ, man, he got jumped. You don't have to go, but I gotta do this," as he grabbed his keys. Deshaun was sitting in his room thinking that this was a bad move. So Marcus pulled up to the party and waited in his car until he seen that guy who beat up CJ. The guy then stepped on the porch with a cup in his hand. Marcus then rolled his window down, but not too much to be seen. The guy and his friends was laughing. Then the guy said, "Yeah, and his boys can get it too," laughing and thinking what he did was funny. As the window was rolling up, the neighbor called the cops because she thought they was being loud. Marcus then got out of his car with his hoodie on. The guys went in, the guy's friends went in the house. Marcus said to the guy, "Merry Christmas," then he hit the guy in the face 3 times before his boys came out. Then the cops was pulling up and Marcus hit the guy again. One of the officers walked up to the steps and Marcus then ran. That officer started chasing him and said, "Stop running or it will get worse." Marcus then jumped a fence and then the cop jumped it. Marcus then looked back fast and seen the cop chasing him. He kept going, and as he was about to jump his 4th fence, the cop grabbed him. Then the other cop pulled up and put Marcus in the car. Back at the dorm, Vanessa and Jasmine came into Deshaun's room. Vanessa said, "Where is Marcus?" Deshaun said, "Might want to sit down for this," as he sighed. Everyone sat down. "Well, you know that guy who jumped CJ? Well, Marcus went to the party where he is at, and then Deshaun got up and kicked the door all mad because he could have stopped him from going to the party." Jasmine looked at Vanessa and said, "So you did not try to stop him from going to that part?" Then she got up all mad. Deshaun then shrugged his shoulders and said, "I tried, but he would not listen." Then Deshaun's phone started ringing. He answered. "Hello," he said, mad now. Vanessa looked at him like who was on the phone. She wanted to know. Then Marcus said, "So I got arrested because I beat up a guy who beat up CJ." Then he put his head down while on the phone. So then Deshaun put the phone down and told him, "So Marcus is in jail." Then Jasmine took the phone. "Marcus, this Jasmine, what in the world did you do this time?" The officer said, 2 more minutes. Marcus looked to see if anyone else needed the phone. Then he said, "I beat up dude who beat up CJ." As he said it, Jasmine looked all confused. "Why in the world did you do this?" Jasmine said, mad. "See, I was mad at the time," and Jasmine cut him off and said bye, mad, and hung up the phone. The jail. Marcus ended up going to the jail, and when he got there, he was nervous because he had never been to jail before. It was kind of new to him, so when they put him in a cell, some guy came up to him. "Hi, I'm Will," the guy said, shaking like he was high or something. Hi," Marcus said, all scared. Then the guy went in the corner, so Deshaun and BB was on their way to get Marcus. BB said, "Why would he get so in trouble?" Then she shook her head. As they was going to jail, Vanessa and Jasmine was on their way to get CJ. When Deshaun and BB got Marcus, BB was mad, yelling at Marcus, "Why would you do something like this? He was not worth going to jail over," she said. Then she looked at him all mad as they was getting in the car. Marcus said, "I did what I had to do. Okay, now drop it." Then as she said that, BB made a fist. "Boy, do you know how dumb you sound? You had to do it to that boy. Shut up," she said, slamming her fist into the steering wheel. "Man, B, you would not understand." Then her eyes got all big. "Understand, man, I understand. That's my baby brother. So don't come at me with that understand mess." She seemed real mad at this point. CJ was only in the hospital for 3 days. Then they said he got to go home and relax, and Vanessa did not know how to break it to him. CJ got to his room and lay down, and Vanessa was happy he was home, but sad because she had to tell him the news. Then she said she will be right back and stepped out of the room and walked down the hall crying. As she was walking, she said to herself, "I am scared to tell him." Then she went back into the room just to chill with him and watch a movie. Back in Deshaun and Marcus' room, Deshaun picked up his PS4 controller and said, "So why in the world did you do something so dumb?" as he put in Call of Duty World War II in. "Can you all stop asking me why I did it?" "Okay," he said, his harsh tone all mad-like. "My bad, bro," Deshaun said, then sat on the bed and started playing the game. The tie. So now it's been about a little over 3 weeks. CJ now has us hand-taped and is free to do stuff. CJ is now in the gym of the school shooting some shots, wishing he could still play. The school only had 5 games left before he got hurt, and then it was the tournament. It was crazy. CJ was a senior and had a bright future ahead of him, but now he might be done. Jasmine, BB, and Vanessa went for a walk. "So how do you feel about my brother being better?" "Man, it's great, but I don't know how to tell him what the doctor told me." Then she stopped and looked at BB. Jasmine then looked at Vanessa and said, "It's been almost a month. You should tell him." Vanessa put her head down and said, "Okay, I should break it to him," even though she was scared to tell him. So back at the dorm, Vanessa knocked on his room door. He was not there. She went to the only other place she could think of. It was the gym, and he was there. "Hey, babe, we gotta talk," Vanessa said, walking in slow. "Yeah, what's up?" CJ said as he took another shot. Then Vanessa grabbed the ball and shot it. "So I think it's a good time to tell you this." Then CJ grabbed the ball and sat down on the stage. "I was scared to tell you this, but the doctor said that if you get hit bad on your arm again, you may never play again." As she said that, CJ got up. "Quit playing," he said, walking around the gym. She was still sitting. "I'm not joking," Vanessa said, then got up. As she got up, CJ went over to her. "Stop playing," he said again. Then he seen a look in her eye, and he knew she was serious. Then he threw the ball and said, "So you've been lying to me for a month, having me to believe I will be fine." Then he slapped his head. "I'm sorry," she said, sad-like. "Stop lying, because if you truly cared about me, you would have told me in the beginning, so leave me alone. I can't talk to you." Then he grabbed the ball. "We need to take a break." Then he left all mad, and she sat back down and started to cry. That's when BB came in and seen her crying and went to her. "Girl, you okay? I seen TJ leave." Then she looked up. "I'm not okay. Me and CJ are taking a break." Then Vanessa got up and gave BB a hug. The bad break. Vanessa was in her room all sad. Then Jasmine came in and sat next to her. "We need to get you out," as she picked Vanessa's outfit out. "I'm okay," she said, then started rubbing her head. "No, I don't want you to keep thinking about CJ." Then she threw her outfit on the bed. Then she said, "If he don't want to talk to you, then leave him be." So Vanessa gave him and got dressed, and then they left and went downtown. Then got there and parked the car and started to walk. "Jasmine, are you sure this is going to be good?" "Yes, it is, to forget about you-know-who," as she said that some buff, handsome guy who was light-skinned with a shirt ponytail walked by. He was walking and seen Vanessa and waved at her. Then they both started laughing. Girl, go talk to his, Jasmine said, as he gave her a nudge on the back. She started walking slow, trying to forget about CJ. Then she sat next to him, and Jasmine got up and started to walk away. Hey, how are you? I'm Luke, she said as Vanessa froze while looking at how good-looking he was. Then he said, so what's your name? Then she snapped back to and said, I'm Vanessa. She could not stop looking at him. Nice to meet you, beautiful, he said, then grabbed her hand. She then pulled it back fast. She giggled and said, so are you from here? Well, yes, I was born and raised here. I live about 7 minutes from here driving. Then she scooted his chair closer to hers. Back at the dorm, Deshaun came in the room. Bro, we need to get you out. And then Marcus came in too. Hey, let's go downtown. Then CJ got up and said, I guess that would be nice. So they got dressed and went downtown. It was 10:45 p.m. So they went downtown. Deshaun seen Jasmine and BB, who just showed up, and knew Vanessa was with them somewhere. Then Deshaun got out of the car. Be right back, he said. So is Vanessa here, he said. Then he sat down. Jasmine said, yes, slowly. Then BB said, now's not a good time. Then she took a sip of her drink. Why not? Deshaun said, all confused. Then CJ and Marcus showed up. Hey guys, Marcus said. Hi, BB said. Then CJ looked at BB and said, so where is Vanessa? His guys got all big and the girls froze because they did not want to say anything. Then CJ turned around and see her at a table with another guy. CJ got up and walked over to the table. Wow, he said, and splashed water in her face. BB then got up and went over there. Bro, chill. Then he balled up his hand and made a fist. So you gonna play me for him? Then Vanessa got up. No, I did not want to go out, but they said it would be nice. Whatever. Then he took off the necklace she gave him and left. Like then got up and said, I think I might go now. Like then left. Then Deshaun, being the funny one, said, well, this is awkward, so how was everyone's day? Then faked laughed to try and lighten the mood. Then Vanessa said, can y'all please go? I'm not in the mood right now. Then everyone left. The move. Vanessa was still sad. BB got up and said, let's go. Her, Jasmine, and Vanessa went to BB volleyball match, last one of season. The team came out as they played Jackson J Community College. Jasmine ended up serving the ball. She hit it, then the tallest player on the other team hit it. Then Zoe on Vanessa's team hit it, and the other team missed it. Back in the guy, CJ was playing basketball, shooting around. Marcus then came in and said, are you okay, as he picked up the ball. Then he went and sat on the stage. Nah, man, I've been thinking about that night when she was sitting at the table laughing with another guy. Then he threw the ball hard. First she lied, then she played me. Marcus walked over to him. Bro, you just need to talk to her for real. As he took his other earbud out of his ear. CJ started walking around the gym. I don't know if that's a good idea. Then he grabbed his ball and stood there. Then he said, I will try. Then Marcus smiled while he was not looking. Yes, that's good, bro, for it's best for the group, as CJ started walking to the door. Then Marcus stayed and shot some shots. CJ tried to go to Vanessa's room, but she was not there. Then he called her phone. Then it went straight to voicemail. V, if you get this, please answer, please. He was worried, but still mad at the same time. Meanwhile, in the gym, Deshaun came in the gym. He knew one of the two was there. He seen Marcus and said, so did you talk to CJ, as he shot the ball and airballed? Marcus looked up and he laughed, then got serious. I think I got through to him. Deshaun said, I hope so, as he took another shot. I got to go study for this test tomorrow, Marcus said as he grabbed his bag. The hook. So it was after the game, and Lincoln Community beat Illinois Community College in both sets. First one 22-19, second 22-20. It was a good game too. As Vanessa checked her phone, she seen that CJ called. Jasmine then came over all happy they won the championship game. Yo, I can't believe I won my first volleyball championship. All happy, then ran back to her team. Then Dr. Pine, who was BB's doctor, called as she stepped out the gym. Hey, she said, nervous. The doctor did not want to tell her this. He cleared his thought and said, we got bad news. She then gasped and said, what is it? Is it that this bad? Then he grabbed a piece of paper. He sat it down, then said, remember when you came in for that test? Then he stopped. We found cancer and it's not good, and that's why you've been breathing like that. Then she left the building and started to cry as she hung up. Man, I can't believe this me getting sick as my brother gets better. Then she went and sat in the grass for a bit. Then Vanessa came out 5 minutes after celebrating Jasmine's win. She then sat next to her. Why you crying? BB put her head down. It's nothing, just thinking about life. As they both got up, BB said, caring, when are you and CJ going to talk? As BB sniffed, she said, when he's ready, as they went back into the school. Jasmine went over to both of them. Y'all come meet my teams. Y'all haven't really met the full team yet, just a couple. She was all happy as she went over to the team. CJ and Deshaun came in the gym. Oh, look who came in the gym, Jasmine said, looking shocked but happy at the same time. As she said that, Vanessa looked and got mad. So she went over to him. Why are you here? Remember you said you don't want to talk to me, she said, then looked at her phone. Can we go outside and talk, please? Vanessa then looked at him and said, I'm sorry, but I need time to think. I don't think it's a breakup, but it's a break to figure out the future. CJ was about to leave and said, I respect that because a lot's been going on in that last 2 weeks. Then he left. Girl, I'm about to go for a walk to think about things. See you back in the room, BB said, and gave Jasmine a hug and left. The body. So Marcus and Deshaun both had the same class. They was leaving drama class, and Marcus said, so where we eatin'? As they got in Marcus' car. Well, you're driving, Deshaun said, and shrugged his shoulders as they left. Marcus then got a phone call from his mom. Hey, Mom, he said. Then he pulled up to the bridge and seen something funny in the distance. Then he said, I'll call you back, love you, as he looked at Deshaun. Both looking like, what is that? It was a little foggy, too. So they both got out of car and was walking slowly to it. What do you think it is? Marcus said with a shaky voice as they got closer to it. Then Deshaun looked at him scared and said, I don't know, but I'm scared to see. As they was getting closer, they both seen blood. Both stopped and looked down and then up and then at each other very slow, like then they both started to walk back a little. Hey, I don't think this blood is good. I'm going to go back, Deshaun said, scared. Marcus was about to turn around, and then Deshaun grabbed him. Nope, we're going to check this out. Then he turned him around. Let's go see it. We came this far, Deshaun said, as they kept moving slow. Oh my, Marcus said, because he was kept going and went first. Hey, Deshaun, you might want to come and see this. As Deshaun rushed over there, they both was frozen looking at what they seen. What they seen was not good. It was a body. Some girl was laying there pretty much dead. She had blood coming from her leg, chest, and ribs on her left side. Marcus looked at Deshaun. Bro, I think we might want to leave. Then the lady said something before she took her last breath. They took my baby and left me. Then she looked at both of us. Time to go now. Then she closed her eyes. Both of them started to shake. Deshawn then called 911. Then finally the cops came and told them they can go now. Back at the dorm, I'm so scared right now, she said that they got my baby. Marcus said as he sat on his bed. Then she said, I got to go and died. Marcus said as he was walking back and forth in the room. Let's just forget we ever seen that, Deshawn said all shaky like. Then he got in his bed and took a nap. The Party, Part 2. Deshawn came in the room after going for a 4-mile walk. Hey, y'all want to go to this party tonight? Deshawn said to CJ and Marcus. CJ pauses his game, looked up. Well, I need to get out after all the stuff I've been through the last month as he go up. And then in the girls' room, BB said, I heard about this party that is tonight. Y'all want to go? As they all looked at each other. Vanessa said, sounds cool to me. As she got up and was looking for an outfit. So now it was the night of the party. The girls did not know the guys was going to be there, and the guys did not know the girls was going to be there. As the girls pull up, they looked like there was a lot of people here. Then so sooner or later, the guys showed up, and Jasmine seen the guys. Look who is here. Then they all seen the guys here. So they went over to them. Hey guys, BB said, shocked to see them here. Then CJ seen Vanessa looking good. Hey guys, can I talk to Vanessa alone? As Vanessa walked over by CJ. Marcus said, do you, dog? Then they walked away. Then Tick, the guy who beat up CJ, showed up. And then some guy walked by and seen Jasmine. Hey, beautiful, the guy said to Jasmine. She blushed, then said, don't you play on the basketball team? As she got closer to him. He then got her a drink and said, yes, I'm Austin. And you? She took a sip, then said, my name is Jasmine. And Austin kept talking. CJ seen how beautiful Vanessa was looking. So what's up? How you been? Vanessa said, I'm hoping all's well. I'm good, thanks, he said as he kept looking at Vanessa. I know we've been through a lot the last month, but I'm sorry for everything, Vanessa said, glad to see CJ. Let's go hang out, Vanessa said, happy they're back together. So they went over to the group. We about to go, we back together. As they all was happy. Hey, look, Jasmine. And that guy is really talking, Vanessa said. Then she looked, and Jasmine looked at Vanessa, happy to see her and CJ talking again. Then Vanessa and CJ left. Well, I will see you guys later. Me and Austin is going out to eat. Jasmine said. Marcus then looked up, so I guess it's just the three of us. Then he seen Tick over by the bar. So tell me why I think that is Tick over by the bar, as they all looked. Marcus then got mad again. Hey, be smart, BB said. Then he walked over to the bar and sat down as if he was going to eat a drink. Tick then seen Marcus. He pushed his drink aside and looked at him. So this little brother decided to show his face after I clowned his friend, them clowned him, and seen him to jail, as he was laughing. While Tick was laughing, Marcus grabbed the drink and threw it at him, and he hit him in the face. Tick then grabbed his jaw. Brother got hurt, then BB and Deshawn ran over there. Tick laughed again. Now your little sidekick show up. Then he looked at his boys. He had two guys with him that played basketball with him. BB said, Marcus, let's go, as they tried to pull away. Tick then was talking to his boys as Marcus broke away and said, Tick, game over. Laughing, he then pulled out his gun and shot him in the chest. Yo, what just happened? Deshawn said, looking scared now. Then Marcus, looking at him as everyone was running and leaving, BB said, what just happened? As she was leaving with Deshawn, seeing Tick dying, and Marcus said, y'all go without me. as he sat down all shocked at what he did. The plan. So as everyone left the party, Marcus was the only one still there with the body. So CJ and Vanessa and Jasmine ended up finding out. Jasmine went in the room with Vanessa and BB. How did it go? Vanessa said, so happy. Jasmine then blushed and looked down and said, it went great. We kissed them. He gave me his number. He said he worked as a contractor, she said, all happy. Then they all kept talking. Then in the guys' take room, Deshaun was talking to CJ. Why did Marcus shoot him? Then he grabbed his cup. Back in the gym where the girls was at now. That's crazy. I can't believe Marcus shot him, then turned himself in. Marcus said, then looked at Jasmine. How is you and your new bass? She said, all happy. Jasmine was doing her daily walk around the gym 10 times. Man, he said he's going to take me to meet his mom and little sister who is 3 years younger than him. She's a freshman and he finished here last year's school, she said, as she picked out an outfit. Wow, so he's 25, BB said, as she got a phone call from her doctor. She got up and left the room. She left and answered the phone. Hello, is everything okay? As she said, then sighed, and he told her, you know why you've been breathing different the last couple of days? Because it's because you got asthma and it's not looking good, as she started to breathe all hard. Then she slammed right phone down, but it did not break. She walked outside and Jasmine came out, but she was gone. I hope she's okay, Vanessa said, worried. So at this point in the story, BB has cancer and asthma. CJ is 7% from being all the way healed. CJ and Vanessa is back together. Jasmine got a new boyfriend named Austin. Marcus is in jail now for murder, and Deshaun is still trying to figure out what he wants to do in life after college. The seat. Marcus was sitting in his cell thinking about what he did. As he was sitting there, the guard came in. Let's go, it's time. As they was taking him to courtroom and he walked in, he seen all his friends, his mom and sister. Then he looked at his mom and sister all sad like, why did he do this? Then Judge Hill came you all may be seated as he sat down. So we all know why we here. It's because of the death of Tick Jones, the judge said as he picked up his paper. Anyone got anything to say before I read the sentence? Then his sister got up. Well, I know what my brother did was wrong, she said as she put her head down. Then she looked up. He killed a man, and I know it was because his friend got beat up and had his broken wrist and concussion and was down for a month and a half and had to miss the rest of his basketball season, she said sad. I love my brother, but he should have never took it that far. He was already in jail for beating him up the first time, she said, then sat down. Then his mom looked at him, shaking her head. Then Vanessa got up. Marcus, we are going to miss not seeing you all the time, and your reason me and CJ got back together. Remember, you're the one who told him he should work things out, she said, happy they're back together. You was always that friend who would always help us out and fix our problems. You will always be bro no matter what. Then she sat down. It was sad to see him in that seat. Then the judge said, Marcus Kelly, you will be sentenced to 25 years and a bond of $50,000 dismissed. As he got up and left. It was sad BB was not there because she was sick. Her breathing was bothering her. The bad news. As they all was leaving the courthouse, Marcus' mom said, I hope BB is okay, and I hope it was good to see y'all, as she gave them all a hug. All 6 of them been friends since 5th grade. As they made it back to the dorm, they all went in the room to check on BB. As they all came in, they seen her lying in bed. BB, how are you doing? Deshaun said, but she ain't respond. CJ then went over to see her, to see if she was okay. BB, he said, nothing. Then he shook her 4 times. Then he fell to his knees. No, please, don't be, no. He said as the doctor came in and told them she was having real bad breathing problems and started talking to them about her health. Then CJ left the room real sad. Why my sister have to leave me, as he said crying. He threw his bag and went outside all sad. Back in the room, Vanessa said, this can't be real. Tell me it's not real, she said, as she went and sat next to BB. I'm going to give you guys some time alone, the doctor said as he slowly left the room. CJ came back in the room. Why they take my sister? Why? As he sat next to her, it was sad. BB and Vanessa was like the best friends, and CJ was like her best friend and little brother. It was sad as they all sat right next to her. The funeral was so nice. Marcus' mom came up to him. Sorry for your loss, CJ, she said as he gave her a hug. Then Marcus' sister Tasman gave him a hug. Then Vanessa, all sad, was like, she was my best friend. I knew her since third grade, and I know you and her was close. She the reason we are back together. Remember that what matters. As she gave him a hug and started to cry, it was real sad. One friend was in jail. The other one passed away. The last game. So it was the last game of college. And CJ was able to play. He did not let no injury stop him. It was amazing. He had 18 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds to win the game. He was so happy to play in the championship game where they beat by 6 points over Hill Community College. So after the game, it was hard for CJ to celebrate knowing his sister was gone, but he was happy because he knew she was his biggest supporter. Then the gang went over to him. Yeah, boy, good game, Deshaun said happy. Then gave him a high five. I love you, good game, and I know your sister would be proud of you, she said as she gave him a kiss. Jasmine then came up to him and said, good game, bro, gotta go and look at rings. Austin said he's going to give me a promise ring, then she left. Then the team came over and started doing a mosh pit around CJ. Coach came up to him. You are a troop. I'm glad you got to play. We missed you, he said as he gave him a hug, all happy. Then the team went to the locker room and CJ got hit with a Gatorade bath. The whole team was so hyped. Then Coach got one to CJ, said, Coach, I'll miss you, so will the team, he said, happy and sad. This was Coach Hill's last year. He'd been coaching for 19 years now. He said he was ready to spend time with his 2 kids now since his wife passed. His oldest daughter was 20, youngest daughter 16. It was a great year. This was his first championship he won in his 17 years. What a year this team had. The birthday. So it was the last week of school, and CJ was in his room, and Jasmine came in. Can we talk, she said. She sat down and said, it's been a crazy year losing 2 people close to us, as CJ looked up. Man, it's crazy, CJ said, then got up. Hey, let's go to the gym, Jasmine said. Then they got up and went. As they went in, everyone yelled, surprise! It was CJ's birthday. His team, friends, and family was there. Man, CJ, you're getting old, son, his mom said as she gave him a hug. Then his cousin, who was like his sister because she's been living with them since she was 4 because her mom passed because of a heart attack, came up from the military. She was goon. As a technician, she know how to fix planes and cars. She know a lot about that stuff. CJ, come with me. I got a surprise for you, his mom said. As he walked outside, he seen a all-white Dodge Charger. CJ, look. As he looked at her, he see keys. This me for real? Then he jumped up and down and gave his mom a kiss on the cheek. We are not done, Vanessa walked up to him. This is from me. Then he opened up his big box, and it was a PS4. CJ then fell to the ground, all happy and crying. This is such an amazing birthday. I love you guys, he said, crying. It was an amazing birthday for CJ. The grad. So it was the last day of school, which was crazy to think with the stuff that went on during the year with CJ getting hurt, Marcus going to jail, Jasmine getting in a relationship and going on to play pro volleyball. The passing of BB, Deshaun might not pass. Vanessa is now a certified vet. But it was crazy. The dean of the school called Deshaun. Hey, is this Deshaun? He said. He looked all shocked like. Yes, it is, looking worried. I got some bad news, then he stopped. Well, I hope he was having a good day, not wanting to tell him, but had to. Then he gulped and then said, I'm sorry, but you ain't passed this year. I seen that you was off by 2 points as Deshaun dropped the phone, all sad. Then CJ came in the room, put his bag on the bed. Want to go play some ball, he said as he looked and seen Deshaun all sad. Then Deshaun got up sad. Now was not a good time, he said, then sat back down. As CJ was sitting down, he said, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" Then Deshaun handed him a piece of paper. Then he looked at it. 2 points. What do that mean? As he was still looking at the paper, "I will keep being reminded of this 2-point thing," he said, then threw the paper after balling it up. Then he called the girls and told them to come to his room. They was all in the room now. Well, CJ already know, but I guess y'all should know too. Then he picked up this paper. 2 points, Jasmine said. "Yes, 2 points. I was 2 points shy of graduating." Then he threw the paper again. "Wow," Vanessa said, all shocked. "I need to be alone, please," he said. Then tears came down his face. Then he sat on the corner of the bed. "I can't believe this. All my friends get to walk the stage and not me," as he was slapping his head. Then Vanessa was talking to CJ. "I can't believe this is what we're going to do," she said, worried at Deshaun. "I really don't think there's nothing we can do. All we can do is encourage him to move on," CJ said, feeling bad for him. Then Jasmine said, "Gosh, does things for a reason. That's why we've been through a lot. Like you, CJ, your arm, you were losing your sister," she said, then looked at Vanessa. "You getting back with CJ and becoming a technician and me playing pro volleyball," as the dean walked by and seen us. "Hey guys, I got some great news. Deshaun can walk. We got his paper mixed up. He passed by 2 points. They was all happy, jumping up and down and stuff. The day. So it was the day of graduation, and Vanessa got Deshaun's gown, then went and got everyone else. So how are we going to tell him today's the day, as they was all happy? "Well, we got to tell him before it's too late," Jasmine said, nerves to tell him. All in their gowns, they walked in the room. Vanessa was holding Deshaun's gown, since it was only right because she picked it up. As they was standing there, CJ gave Vanessa a nudge and wink. "Here you go," as he gave him a piece of paper. It said "to pass" on it. "What do this mean?" he said, confused like. "Well, we seen the dean today, and he was all wrong about this." Then Austin came in. "You passed," Dean said. "He was looking at the wrong file. You passed," as Vanessa gave him the gown. Then Jasmine walked over to Austin, but Vanessa already know him. "Everyone, this is my Austin. I love him so much," as they kissed. "So when I first met this young lady, it was at a volleyball game because my sister plays on the team," he said, happy to meet the guys. "Man, them legs and them shorts, that booty and that body was so nice. Then I seen how good she was at volleyball," he said, smiling. Then it was that night BB set her up on a blind date, and I told her who my sister was, and that was I seen her at the game. She took my breath away, as he shook CJ into Deshaun's hand. "Well, about me, I'm 26. I graduated last year from here. Me and my sisters are twins. She got held back, that's why. But her last year is this year. I played the drums, the saxophone, and I used to play baseball before I blew my knee out freshman year. I played since 6th grade. They said I was good to the next Jeter," he said, introducing himself. Then Deshaun said, "Wow, you cool peeps. I want to be a photographer." Then Austin's eyes got all big. "Yo, I got a Canon LT47 GT with Wi-Fi in it at home," he said, happy like. "Man, you for real? I got that same camera too," he said, all happy. Then Jasmine said to Vanessa, "They gonna get along just fine." Then CJ said, "Man, Jay, your boyfriend is mad cool," he said. Then the guys went to play basketball before graduation. It was 8. It was only 2 p.m. They had 6 hours. Then it was the night they all was happy to walk the stage. The end. Now it was after college, and all 4 finished. They had a thing they did for BB too. It was not great for Marcus. Ended up getting 40 years because he got into 2 fights in jail. Jasmine and Austin got married 3 years after college. CJ and Vanessa got married 2 years after, and CJ now plays for the Utah Jazz in the NBA. Jasmine plays traveling volleyball. Deshaun put out his first album singing, and it is at 1,400 views. Vanessa is now a producer and a writer. She wants songs for different artists and always wanted to make beats or produce. That's life. We all have to go through it, just like these 6 friends who've been together since elementary school. God will have us go through stuff in our life so he can make y'all better. If it's music, sports, relationships, death, whatever you want to do in life, just remember it will make the ones around us closer to us. Yes, we have to go through things in life, and this story is to let everyone know that we will end up doing what we believe and having friends to go through life with. I hope you all was inspired by this story as I was, and I know we all have different stories or same. But we all go through things just like the 6 did, but just know God will show us a better way. Don't Trip by Jacob Scooby Austin.